Hey guys, it's Christina here. We're doing day 10 of Fear is a Lie Bible Study, and today's title is Fellowship Fights Fear. And the scripture that we're saying for today comes from 2 Timothy 1:7, saying, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity, but of power, love, and self-discipline." So I'm going to ask you this question. Have you ever been fearful to go and talk to somebody? Or you're sitting alone and you're looking around and people are talking with their friends or anything like that. So what are you going to do? So in the Bible, there's this guy called Paul. He was a church planter, a church builder, and a fearless evangelist. He encouraged many churches with the letters that he had. He encouraged Timothy not to walk with a spirit of fear, but with power, love, and a sound mind, like what it says in the verse we just read. An example of this is what we call fellowship, so encouragement between believers. Have you ever watched a movie with like an old school battle scene? I mean, I'm not really into movies like that, but I can think of a few that come to mind. So with that, you have to have a proper fight. You have to have swords and a shield and whatever other weapon that you would need, right? So back to the point. An army stands together. It marches together. They face their fears together. They overcome things together. And overall, they enjoy their victories that they have achieved together. When a soldier realizes that they are part of this team, that this force, they grow to encourage or have courage in and have bravery in each other, because they're like, oh, we're a team. We're going to become one. We're going to be unified. And they're able to advance more on what would they be able to be. They would advance to do bigger things than what they could do on their own. So, as you've seen in the movies, soldiers that were alone, they were fearful. And when they stood side by side with other people, they became fearless because they knew they could push forward and do what God had called them to do. So just like the soldiers in battles, we're not created to do life alone. So we're created to do life with others. So the key is not to isolate yourself, but to be surrounded by others. At the time of Jesus, soldiers in the army marched in a specific formation called the turtle formation. Basically, they would all come together in this neat, tight little bunch and take all their shields and put it over themselves and just huddle really close. And that would create a turtle shell. So once they did that, the soldiers that were fighting solo would see oh, they're coming together. They're becoming unified. So they would come along and they would make a bigger turtle shell. So that is what fellowship looks like, and it enables us to be fearless. So the question is, who is standing with us and who are you standing with? Do they know your fears? Do they know what you're fearful of? Because when we're trying to share and you think that it's intimidating to share what you fear, you are actually being vulnerable with those people. You're being honest because they see that, wow, they trust us enough with what they fear and what they want to overcome. And people take that as wow, they trust me enough to do that. So I'm going to leave you with that, and I hope you guys have an amazing day, and we'll see you next time. Bye!